Hello dear students. In this session we'll study for the subject of international business, the topic of modes of international business for 5th semester students of BCom in the University of Mysore. In session 8 we'll study the modes of international business. In this session, introduction, we'll study about introduction, we study about regional integration and strides in technology. In our last session, we studied the drivers of globalization. In that, we understand the different drivers or factors of globalization, and we understand the regional integration, regional blocks, and theoretically understand the European Union, NAFTA, and ASEAN nations. In this session, the objective is to understand the modes of international business, to know the ways to enter into the international business. After studying this session, we'll come to understand the different modes of international businesses. Okay, let's start modes of international business. Companies desiring to enter the foreign market face the dilemma while deciding the method to entry into the given areas and location. Companies can reduce the dilemma by analyzing the decision factors, the ownership advantages, locational advantages, internationalization of advantages, whatever it may be. The companies are looking so different modes to enter into the business. Different firms select different modes based on the nature of the industries, companies' abilities and conditions in the host countries. Now we shall shift our discussion to the different modes of entry to the foreign markets. The first one is exporting, second one is licensing, third one is franchising, and special modes. In first one, exporting, the buying products from overseas and selling domestic product abroad is one of the oldest ways of doing international business. There are plenty of international business opportunities for people looking in this. Second one, licensing. You need to follow the right licensing agreement to do your business abroad. There are plenty of firms. Majority of public service is an example of licensing. Example, if we have motor vehicle and need to drive, means we have to get it licensed from the concerned authority. Yes, that is government. Third one is franchising. Franchising is again a common way to expand your business abroad. A certain business model is set up by the franchise. It is written contract under which the owner of the copyright, patent, trademarks or other allows a license to use of the consideration. Example, most of the brand names used by the companies, maybe McDonald's started their business in India and also many other countries of the world. The fourth one is special modes. These are include outsourcing, foreign investments, etc. We'll study now. The first one is exporting. Exporting is the simplest and widest used mode of entering foreign markets. The advantages of exporting involve need to limited finance and less risk. There are different forms of exporting. First one is indirect exporting, direct exporting, intra-corporate transfers. Indirect exporting is exporting the products either in their original form or in the modified form to the foreign country through another domestic company. Various publishers in India, including Himalaya Publishing House, sell their products, that is books, various exports in India, which in turn export these books to various foreign countries. Second one, direct exporting. Direct exporting is selling the products in a foreign country directly through its distributors, arrangements, or through a host country's company. Baskin Robbins initially exported its ice cream to Russia in 1990 and later opened 74 outlets with Russian partners. Finally, in 1995, it established its ice cream plant in Moscow. Third one, intra-corporate transfers. Intra-corporate transfers are selling of products by a company to its affiliated company in host country. Selling of products by Hindustan Lever in India to Unilever in USA. This transaction is treated as exports in India and imports in USA. Next one is licensing. Basic issues in licensing, international licensing is first one, boundaries of the agreements. The company should clearly define the boundaries of the agreement. They determine which rights and privileges are being conveyed in the agreements. Second one, determination of royalty. The most important factor in deciding the license is the amount of royalty. It is needlessly to mention that the licensor expects high rate of royalty while the licensee would unwilling to pay much royalty. Third one, determining rights, privileges and constraints. Another important factor in granting license is determining clearly and specifically the rights, privileges and constraints. For example, if the Indian licensee of Aiva TV uses interior inputs in order to reduce price, boost up sales and profits, the image of the Japanese licensor would be damaged. Dispute settlement mechanism. The another basic issues of the licensing is the licensee and licensor should clearly mention the mechanism to settle the disputes, as disputes are bound to crop up. This is because settlement of disputes in courts is costly, time consuming and hinders business interest. The last one is agreement duration. The two parties of the government agreement specify the duration of agreement. Licensing cannot be short-term strategy, hence the duration of the licensing should not be the short term. It would always be appropriate to have a long duration of licensing. Tokyo Disneyland demand on 100-year licensing agreement with the Walt Disney Company. Franchising. Under the franchising, an independent organization called a franchisee operates the business under the name of another company called the franchisor. Under this agreement, the franchisee pays a fees to the franchisor. The franchisor provides the following services to the franchisee, that is trademarks, operating systems, product reputation. These are all the modes of international business. In our next class, we'll study more about these. Thank you.